now it will be politically incorrect for India to be seen as openly supportive of Sheikh Hasina in her time of distress. Yes, it is true that India allowed Sheikh Hasina's aircraft to land at the Hindon Air Base in New Delhi, but what we are hearing is that India is only providing logistic support and not giving political asylum to Sheikh Hasina. And she is in fact actually seeking political asylum in the United Kingdom, and she will be in India only during the interim time is there in Bangladesh. Of course, whether the regime will be friendly to India or not is a different issue right now. But we hope that Indian diplomacy is an extremely mature diplomacy, and they will definitely open the lines of communication with the potential new government that is going to come up in Dhaka. So what we are concerned right now is the influx. There should not be too many influx into India. Of course, if there are minorities who want to minorities in Bangladesh, if they want to come to India, I think the Indian government cannot stop that from happening. That will, of course, have different dynamics in different states in the country. That's a different issue altogether. But India, we have to have friendly relations with Dhaka, because Dhaka is extremely crucial to India's neighborhood first policy. So these are some of the concerns that India has. Already the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has already briefed Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the developing situation in Bangladesh, which is in total chaos. And of course, the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, we are hearing is that he has met Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at the Hindon Air Base. And of course, the opposition is also been kept in the loop by the government, with Rahul Gandhi meeting S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, in the Lok Sabha earlier today. So these are some of the developments. India keeping a close eye on the situation in Bangladesh, which is extremely volatile at this point in time. Now, what is shocking is the protesters storming the Bangladesh Prime Minister's official residence, vandalizing it, looting property. That is something which is quite shocking. Feasting on the food in the Prime Minister's residence, absolutely shocking there. And of course, the protesters hammering and trying to bring down the statue of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, is also the defining picture of the day, and has sent absolutely shocking to all those observers who knew Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's role in the liberation of Bangladesh from Pakistan.
Absolutely. Now, Wasbir, the Cabinet Committee on Security held a crucial meet at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg on the Bangladesh crisis. So, Prime Minister Modi himself monitoring the Bangladesh crisis. And this goes to show, it speaks volumes about how high the stakes are for India.
Absolutely, stakes are very high for India as far as Bangladesh is concerned. If we look into India's neighborhood policy, India has very difficult neighbors in the form of China, Pakistan. The situation in Myanmar is extremely unstable, and Nepal also is not really a stable government. So during the last 10 years or more, India has been dealing with a stable government in Bangladesh, and therefore Bangladesh has been pivotal as far as India's neighborhood first policy is concerned. If you look at the Act-East policy earlier, the Look-East policy, Bangladesh has been at the center of India's Look-East policy, and Bangladesh under Sheikh Hasina's regime had offered the services of the Chittagong and the Mongla ports to service the landlocked northeastern Indian states. And the way in 2009 and 2010, the Bangladesh handed over in Northeast Indian rebels to India, that was also the turning point in the end of the Northeast insurgency. That was the beginning of the end of insurgency in northeastern India, except for the Ulfa Independent, which is now operating mostly from the Myanmar-China border. There are not many Indian rebels who are operating from Bangladesh. We can say Bangladesh is free from Northeast Indian rebels, and that was solely because Sheikh Hasina cooperated with India in handing over the Northeastern Indian rebels who are operating from Bangladesh territory. And Sheikh Hasina was a big player in the global war on terror. She had committed, in fact, 2009, immediately after she won the elections in January 2009, she talked about a South Asian. She talked about a South Asian security cooperation. That from the word go in 2009, Sheikh Hasina was a big player as far as the global war on terror is concerned. And obviously, India would definitely wanted Bangladesh's help in cracking down on the Northeast Indian rebels. And at that time, Bangladesh was in the grip of a fundamentalist, radical Islamist groups who were also a threat to India. So during the last 15 years that Sheikh Hasina has been at the helm of affairs in Bangladesh, India was at least having having confident about Bangladesh's support and help to India in times of need. But now that Sheikh Hasina is no longer at the helm of affairs in Bangladesh, there are a lot of concerns in India, and of course, one has to be confident for the simple reason that Indian diplomacy is mature diplomacy, and under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India definitely must be having a plan B in mind, and will be definitely dealing with the new regime, whichever regime comes up in Dhaka.
Absolutely. So having stable neighbors is in the best interests of both India and Bangladesh. Wasbir Hussain, thank you very much for all those details. And earlier in the day, Bangladesh's Army Chief General Waqaruzzaman said an interim government would take charge shortly. Already some names have been proposed for the interim government. These include academics Salimullah Khan and Asif Nazrul, retired Justice Muhammad Abdul Wahab Mia, and retired Army General Iqbal Karim Bhuiya, amongst others. Dr. Devapriya Chaudhary is the lone Hindu name that has come up among the probable list likely to run the interim government.